everyone, it's Elijah.
And Olivia. It's a holiday today and INC Media Studios are closed. So we're bringing you a special replay episode.
So sit back and enjoy while we revisit some of our favorite podcasts from incmedia.org so you can listen to them while you're on the go.
Roll the control room.
Hello there.
Hi everyone, welcome to INC Media Live. We're your hosts, Allison
and Nikki. Today we're talking about podcasts,
and prizes. Speaking of, our first prize goes out now. Put the phrase of the day in the comments now. Okay, so you get a chance to win this super cool notebook. Wow, what a cute cover.
Wait. Hold on, Allison. How will people see the prizes if we're in podcast mode?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess we should turn our video on then, huh? That's much better. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone tuning in from all the different parts of the world.
Yes, and welcome to INC Media Live, where we bring you the latest and greatest from incmedia.org. We laugh, we cry, we yell out,
Now, whether you are new here or you've been with us since the beginning, we are so happy to have you here today.
Yes, and hey, Allison, what's one thing that a lot of us here have in common? You know, students, moms, dads, professionals, officers in the church. What do we have in common?
We like prizes?
Okay, yes. What's another thing we have in common?
We're on the go.
Exactly, yes. And some spend lots of time commuting from place to place, doing different chores at home and working.
You know, that's true. And that's where podcasts come in, right? Now, say you're driving or at home doing dishes or working on the car or even crocheting. You can check out the podcast on incmedia.org if you're at your computer, or just open up your INC Media app on your iPhone or whatever phone you have and type the audio option at the bottom.
Yes, or you can search INC Media wherever you get your podcasts. Maybe it's Apple, maybe it's Spotify, and there you have it. So many inspiring podcasts right at your fingertips.
Yes.
And they say that podcasts are great for when your eyes are busy but your ears are free.
Ooh.
And you know what? I find that listening to podcasts makes my commute feel a little bit shorter.
Yes.
It's like I have to be in the car where I need to be, so why not learn something or listen to someone's story while I'm at it?
You know, that's a really good point, because you can never, ever underestimate the power of words. In fact, we have a podcast on just that. In this episode of Kindness Moves, Rachel uses the power of words to connect with people through a book that she wrote. Let's listen.
But I think the biggest takeaway for me when it comes to words is that they stay. So whether you've said something to someone in the past, whether it was something that you've heard growing up, it matters and it'll stick with you. And the kindness that I've seen through my family or my friends or the things that I've learned in church. And I've seen so many people also in my field of healthcare where you have to treat everyone with that kindness and with that respect, no matter what they're going through. And you also have to remember that you don't know what they're going through. So to approach people and to talk to people with kindness, it's really going to stick with them and it's really going to stay with them. And even though you might not even know that you've touched their life in a certain way. And I'm sure there's so many people in my life that they have no idea that their words have actually changed my life.
Wow,
But
that's really sweet.
I really love that, Allison. And speaking of kindness and respect, when I was younger, my dad told me to treat people the way I wanted to be treated. So kindness definitely resonates with me.
Yes, and I can definitely attest to that because Nikki is probably one of the kindest people that I know. Of course. Well, that is the beauty of people sharing their stories. It's a form of education, of healing, and of inspiration, right? So that's why I really love listening to podcasts. Oh, is that what I think it is?
It's
Prize time! Pew, 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 pew!
Then the winner gets this super cool, let's show them, Allison, Spanish INC giving shirt. Ooh, me gusta mucho. So here's our first question. What was Rachel's takeaway about words? Is it A?
They matter.
Is it B?
They stay with people.
Is it C?
They use kindness.
Is it D?
It can change a life.
Or is it E?
All of the above. All right, so while we wait for you guys to answer, let's go ahead and read some comments in the comment box. It's my favorite time. Greetings from Belmore, District of New York, from Mike Bernal. Hello, District of New York, and in Belmore. Woo!
All right, hello to all the brethren from the local congregation of San Jose, District of Northwest California. Actually, my resident minister, hello, Po Karan.
Hi,
Thank
Po
you for tuning in.
Happy Aloha Friday, brethren, from the local of White Pahu District of White Pacific. Greetings to our resident minister, Brother Gideon King Solomon, from Sister Jolina de Benicia. Sorry if I pronounced it correctly. Hello.
Yes, and hello
Carwell.
everyone. Carwell, super early, but you can never be too early for INC Media Live.
That's a fact.
#NWC. And shout out to you, Carwell. Thank you for tuning in.
From Brother R. Christian Roda, watching from District of Cavite here in the Philippines. Hello, good morning, Philippines.
And hello from #BrillingGame, #Northwest California, from Aislinn Parso. Hello, thank you for tuning in.
From Sister Jennifer Tison, hello po to all, or hi po to all, happy watching po from the local of San Jose, San Jose District of Northwest California. Hello, everybody.
Okay, think a little. And hi,
everyone's
sister.
saying hi to each other.
I know. Hi, Sister Aislinn. Hello po everyone from Burlingame, Northwest California, from Sister Kay.
All right, do you have any more comments coming in?
Couple
from
more.
Brother Matt Carl Talent. Brother, yes. It's almost summer here, and I was told it will be summerer soon.
Summerer.
It's still kind of cold here. It's kind of raining here in California, so it might be a little different.
Yes, and aloha and happy Friday from Hawaii Pacific from Sean Lopez. Hello, thank you for tuning in.
All right, we have one more.
One more?
Let's see.
Okay.
From Nympha Kara Egg, it's Friday once again. Hello po mga kapatid. INC Media Live is a habit. 1st of March, and the sun is shining brightly here in Alaska. It is a great habit to have, joining every Friday, and for the rest of the month, and for the rest of the year. All right,
I think that's it. So that was a lot.
That was a lot of comments.
Yeah, so let's go back to our question. What was Rachel's takeaway about words? Is it A?
They matter.
Is it B?
They stay with people.
C?
They use kindness.
Or D?
Can change a life.
Or last but not least, is it E?
All of the above.
And the answer is, drum roll please. Answer is all of the above. No, that's it.
Well, make sure you stay until the end of the show to find out if you're a winner of this super cool and super super cool INC Giving shirt en español.
Yes. And Allison, what's your favorite INC Media podcast episode?
Oof. Okay. Well, there's a lot. Just so you know, there are a lot of great episodes from incmedia.org. But if I were to pick one that I've listened to recently and that I've really loved, it is the Heart and Soul podcast that talks about having a wellness journal. Now, I really, really enjoyed this because I'm trying to get back into journaling because, it's really, really healthy. It's a very healthy habit to have. But in the episode, they talk about how your wellness journal and how it can kind of correlate to the journal that you have when you are taking notes during a worship service, which I really, really, really love how they made that connection and how it helps those who are hosting the episode. So yeah, it's really great. What about you, Nikki? What are some episodes that you really, really like from INC Media?
Actually, Allison, I also love journaling just like you, and Heart and Soul just like you.
Heart and Soul.
And speaking of Heart and Soul, I'm actually on the Heart and Soul team.
Woo! Hearts for Heart and Soul.
Hearts for Heart and Soul. And I heard we might have a new season coming up. So
a new season.
So if you want to follow that, we have an Instagram where you could keep up to date. And my specific favorite episode is Dear Future Husband, Dear Future Wife.
Oh yes,
it's a really good one.
Yes. For all those who haven't listened to Heart and Soul, I think it's a really good podcast for younger people. There's a lot of great topics and a lot of great topics that are coming up in the new season, which I do believe. But yes, Heart and Soul is.
I love those. I'll have to check those episodes out.
Oh, you guys,
Who was that? Hello?
y'all hear that? I didn't. Hello. Oh! Hi, Belle.
Everyone, it's Belle.
Hi, Allison. Hi, Nikki.
Happy Friday.
Wow. It's like, wow. It's like you knew already that we were talking about podcasts. That's so awesome. Well, thank you for popping in and joining us today. And you know that we've been talking about some podcasts from INC Media, all the amazing podcasts on there. We wanted to know if you would like to share a favorite episode of yours.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I think I would have to say I love to listen to one of my favorite podcasts. It would have to be the Making Changes podcast. And my favorite one is actually the Conflicts of Beliefs. And actually, in that episode, in that podcast, one of my friends, I don't know if you guys know him, his name is Felix. And he is one of my friends that I've met when I first met him. One of our highlighted conversations that we had was him talking about his faith. And I just knew from that moment that this was a story that had to be shared. And surprisingly enough, he made it on one of the episodes in this podcast. So you guys have to check it out. It's so inspiring because it's what everyone needs to hear. And also another brother joined with him to share similar experiences with him as well. And this is such a great listen. You guys have to listen to this podcast. So yeah.
Wow. That's so awesome. Actually, I think you also know Felix as well.
I do. Felix is actually super inspiring and a very nice guy. And I think listening to this podcast is just full of inspiration.
Right.
So I agree with Belle.
Yes, so definitely go check that out for those who haven't watched yet. Well, I know this was a very, very short time, but we're very, very thankful that you were able to be here with us. Hopefully you'll be here next time. But before you go, Belle, did you want to give out any shout outs?
Yeah, of course. First of all, I want to give a shout out to these lovely hosts on INC Media Live right now. I want to give a shout out to you, Sister Nikki, to you, Sister Allison. You guys are doing great on this INC Media Live. I can't wait for next Friday to see you guys again. And also, I want to give a big shout out to my parents. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And also, you guys read their comments.
Yes.
So thank you so much for supporting this INC Media Live. And thank you so much, INC Media.
Yes, thanks so much for calling in today, Belle. We hope to see you soon.
Bye,
Bye.
I
fun.
always have so much fun when there is a guest. So now that we've been talking about our favorite podcast, it's time to turn to those of you in the chat. Tell us what your favorite INC Media podcast is and why. And you just might win one of these prizes.
Whoa.
Just one. It's prize time.
It's prize time.
All right. So,
And Allison, you know what one of my favorite podcast episodes is?
what is it, Nikki?
It's the one with Brother Donald and Brother Daniel Pinnock. Their interaction together was so wholesome. And there's just something so cool about podcasts, like this one specifically. You feel like you're listening into a conversation about father and son, learning about their story through their own words and experiences.
Wow, well, you really, really sold me on that one. So actually, let's give everybody a sneak peek. So let's go ahead and listen to a little bit. Roll it!
How about like now, 30 years later, what's been the drive to keep you performing that duty? Because I'm just starting and I haven't even hit 5 years yet. So I'm trying to picture in my head, Pop, what 5 times 4 more years, or sorry, 4 more times, just 5 years. What's the drive that's kept you performing that duty the way that you're expected to as a minister?
Love of God. And because I have all of these years in the ministry, I can look back and I can see the condition and also the position of the church in the 1990s.
Okay.
And here I am in 2020, and it's like, I mentioned earlier, when it comes to seeing all of these non-Filipino ministers coming from virtually every cultural background in the world, see the houses of worship, all these congregations, here in Toronto before when you were growing up. It was normal for ministers here to have 8 worship services a week, to conduct 8, so 6 to 8 worship services a week, because we were short few in number.
Oh yeah.
Few in number. But definitely love of God, love of the Lord Jesus Christ, because we're seeing all of these prophecies being fulfilled, and of course, love of the brethren.
Mm.
You really get to care.
Wow. Just from that small, short snippet of the podcast, I definitely know what you mean. It's like listening into a father and son just having a very casual conversation. I really, really love it. It's so cool how they just have their own generational experiences to talk about, generational difference in the ministry and how it's very different from then to now. And I think what's also really cool is that Brother Daniel gets to talk about how he grew up as a minister's son and now how it's different being in the ministry himself. And it's just awesome to see their own perspectives as father and son. I think it's so sweet. It's really cool.
Most definitely. I think you're paying really close attention. So were you all listening well? Because if you were, it's that time again. All right. So everyone warm up your hands to type fast, because here is the question.
Yes.
What is Brother Donald's drive to keep performing his duty as a minister? Is it A,
Love for himself.
is it B,
Fame.
or is it C?
Love for God. Now, speaking of drive, I see a lot of ministers are here in this chat joining us today for incmedia Live. First of all, hello po. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so happy that you are here and for bringing so many brethren here onto our show. Now, I just wanted to give a shout out to you all. But now, because this podcast is a great listen on a drive to assignments. I know there are a lot of ministers who, have some long drives and, listening to the radio kind of gets a little boring, a little tiring. So let's listen to maybe this podcast. It's going to be a great listen, and it's going to, give, a little something to your drives. All right, so we do have a prize for you. Of course,
ready
it's
for
prize time. So I really love, that was the back. That was the backside. This one
All right,
is what
there
I'm
you
supposed to show
go.
first.
It says Jeremiah 29:11.
Yes, so this
Now
is
let's show
the
them the
front
back.
of the shirt, and the back, surprise, it is the full verse of Jeremiah 29:11, which reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I love this shirt so much. It is such a great verse, and it's definitely a conversation starter. Conversation starter.
Yes, and this verse, Allison, is actually super fitting for this Making Changes story, because God had plans for both Brother Donald and Brother Daniel. So again, tell us what you think about this shirt right here in the comments. This one right here.
Yes.
And let's read some shout outs while we tally up some of our winners.
Ooh, yay! Comment
All
time.
right.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
From okay, go ahead.
Okay, one of my favorite verses po
Yes.
from Christian, us too po. Yes.
I love this verse. It's very
I like the color.
reassuring, and it's, I would love to support this one, but I can't win it. So, from Sister Michelle Vasquez, looking forward to the next long drive from #Vista. I believe that's San Diego County. Hello, SDC. Lorraine! Hi,
Hello,
Lorraine.
and I love the Heart and Soul podcast. I especially remember the one about signs from Lorraine Lubbock. I think it was her birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Lorraine! Give the people what they want. #hoodie. Oh, we don't have any hoodies for you
Not
today.
today.
Sorry, not today. But we do have a bunch of other prizes. #prize time from Crystal Jan. Yes, we have so many prizes to give,
many
but not
prizes.
hoodies. Maybe next week or the week after. We'll see.
From Tracy Nguyen, we love Tired Moms.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
Tired Moms. I'm not a mom, obviously.
No.
But, I think that Tired Moms podcast and the Faith and Family podcast also has so many good pieces of advice that you can take, whether you're a mom or you're not. So definitely a really good listen.
And he says, oh yes, my favorite podcast is Heart and Soul, Just Like Us.
Yes.
Because it teaches us about real convos by Joseph.
Yes.
That is so true.
So true.
Real convos.
And Sorry, never mind. Let's read some more comments. From Regine Kitalik, my favorite podcast is Happy Life. It has helped me and my husband, Brother Daniel Kitalik, in our marriage. Oh,
Hi, Regine.
so sweet. I love that. Yes, Happy Life is.
Oh, okay.
can't
Should I
read
try it?
Spanish.
Should I-
Go ahead, you try it.
Por favor, quiero tener este INC Giving T-shirt en español. Shout out from the District of South Central States from Brother Christian. Oh man, my Spanish is.
It's okay. I think you did good. All right, we need hoodies. Pew, 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 from Brother World David. Yes, we have some
do.
hoodies, but it's not going to be winter forever. So we have to give some short sleeve shirts to some. So,
Yes.
yes.
From Brother Elmer, greetings to all our awesome brethren watching the show.
Yes.
There's so many of them.
So many awesome brethren who join us every single Friday. I love all the episodes in Faith and Family. Tired but inspired moms from Christy Vinal. Yes. I love that that's like their tagline, which I think is so cool.
Yes.
Hi, Control Room. Control Room. Where's Control Room?
Happy Friday!
There's Control Room. Woo!
All right, from Mountain States, from Marielle Dabu.
Yes. All right, one more from Brother Sheridan Santos. Hello to everyone. I believe this is from the District of New York. Hello, District of New York.
Woo! There's a lot of
Good
districts.
evening. I think it's like 6 p.m.
I think a couple more. It is important to feed our minds with good podcasts like hashtag Making Changes podcast and hashtag Happy Life podcast. Tuning in from SDC from Sister Phoebe. Hello, Paul.
Yes, those podcasts are very, very great for the mind, which I think you should all listen to. From 700 can't wait for the new season. I believe it's talking about Heart and Soul. Yes,
us
Nikki,
too.
do you have any? Oh, never mind. I think maybe, are we on to our winners?
I think so.
Yes, but I believe there are awesome episodes coming up in the new season of Heart and Soul. Sorry, Nikki. All right. I believe that is all we have time for right now. So let's do that question one more time. I forgot we even asked a question. All right. What is Brother Donald's drive to keep performing his duty as a minister? Is it A,
Love for himself,
B,
fame,
or C?
love for God.
And the answer is, drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
C.
Love for
God. Yes.
You know what, Allison? I'm a little bit sad because unfortunately our show is over now.
Oh, they're so fast.
It was kind of fun talking about podcasts, and honestly, I'm so happy that there's so many to choose from. If I want to laugh, cry, feel motivated, if I need a little bit of guidance, so I'm just a little bit sad.
Yes. Now, we want you to know that we'll be here with you
For you,
every week, every Friday.
keeping you uplifted and inspired with your favorite INC Media content. Bye!